your team, trade them out. Brag it to your mates like you never had a doubt. It's FMDT coming around for you. Cause no one really knows the way you pick like you do. Injuries or worse, suddenly retired and hurt. Get your backs, forwards and mids, never satisfied, you've always got the shits. It's FMDT coming around for you. FMDT, 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 FMDT coming right for you. FMDT, there's nothing you can do. FMDT coming around for you.
Ah, man. I forgot how great that song was.
That's so catchy. I didn't even forget the words.
I know, man.
From a year ago. It's amazing.
Yeah, fantastic. Alright, well, we're back for another exciting season of the B-Money League 2017. And we're coming off of a season won by Max, but it's a fresh start for all of us this year. We're all coming in with high hopes. And what?
Well, I don't know, some people's hopes are already getting dragged through the mud because we're in round 2.
Well, okay, yeah, it's the first episode, so we've still got to cast our eyes back a little bit towards draft day before we start talking about where we are at the moment.
Well, draft day.
Draft day?
12:15 PM sharp. That's the start time, right, Bart?
Yes, yes.
There were 10 people there ready to go at 12:15.
Yeah.
One of them was not the league commissioner, so it was a bit hard to get started.
You guys didn't party hard enough with me the night before. I have this unfortunate thing where my birthday falls on the night just before the draft every year.
And you need to fix that.
I feel like the league needs to fix that. It's alright, I'm 30 now, I'm past partying.
So do you remember anything?
I remember that we started with the Rockcliffe Cup. The Rockcliffe Cup. The Rockcliffe Cup?
Rockcliffe Cup.
The Rockcliffe Cup. It's not a tongue twister.
Not at all.
The Rockcliffe Cup living up to its name with Nick picking him. Straight up, first pick.
Cam the man got his man 5 at pick 5, which was a big surprise to everybody.
Yeah. In the meantime, he was busy trying to get us all drunk. He gave me an espresso martini when I walked in, which was fantastic. Good on you, Cam. Great hosting.
I think Alec was pretending to not know it was his pick every time it came around to him. And his favoured expression of the draft, I think, was this.
Yeah, that's what he was doing when Ash wasn't busy getting up in his grill and trying to see every single player that he had. Because Ash, as usual, came in extremely unprepared, but thankfully it wasn't me that he was picking on this time.
Yeah, and every time that he picked someone, or anybody picked someone, Scratchy made sure that they knew where the players that they were picking sat on his list. And also what they averaged for the past 4 years.
Oh, I had a great memory for that. Remind us again, how much did Hibbert get in the last 3 years? Well, it was fond memories as well for Sahil, who once again got to wake up at 3 AM. Got to sit through an hour of being complete, internet darkness before we got set up and got onto him.
It's an hour and a half.
Give or take. But yeah, I think we've formed a really nice draft tradition here now.
Yeah, one that you will look forward to every year. Kieran apparently didn't want any of his forwards to leave the forward 50, taking Roughhead, JJK, Jesse Hogan, Tex Walker, Jared Waite, Travis Cloak, and the Tomahawk to round out his forward line.
Very stacked of full forwards.
Yeah.
Well, not finally, but we had Shane recreating his team from 2015, getting old mates Prittis, Gunston, and Gibson back in there. Yeah,
well,
trying to relive good times from that year, Shane, are we?
Well, we'll see how it goes. Well, I guess finally, we can't leave the draft recap without mentioning Bart's first pick defender in round 11 of Mr. Zachary Jones.
Great pick.
Well, it's yet to be determined.
One way or another, that was the pick of the draft, I feel.
We'll revisit that at the end of the year.
Yeah, we certainly will. And just to close off with, I guess, you might turn your attention over here and see the new and improved draft bullet in all its holiness. Masterfully written by yours truly.
How was that?
Well, as you can see, it's barely legible and
3 rounds behind.
well, not anymore. I mean,
Constantly.
That's all right. Who's relying on that?
Yeah, we'll see who needs to rely on it this year. Who needs to pray to it and...
Got a few crossed out marks there. It's yeah, it's good stuff. Alright, so that is draft day summed up, I believe. And so then we've had 2 weeks of results that we'll be looking at. And we're pretty happy last season with the work of Sean and Bert in the newsroom. So they'll be covering it once again for us this year. So the results of the last 2 rounds coming right at you. Round 1 and 2, Sean and Bert.
Oh, actually, we can't afford them. We couldn't afford to pay for them for round 1.
Oh, is it because of the lawsuit with the intern?
We're not supposed to talk about that.
Yeah.
But we could only pay them for round 2.
Right.
So I've thought I would give it a shot myself. Just I've written something up here for round 1.
Whip something up.
So round 1 was as unpredictable as ever. The closest margin was 26 points with It's a Sure Thing taking out Setting the Barlow. I Shot the Sherrin bolted out the gates, posting a potentially prize-winning score of 17-10 to start off the season, much to the dismay of all of the other coaches, but particularly their opponents, the Lynch Mob. In other results, the Party of Fife took care of DK Smash, led by their namesake Fife. Dunkin' Donuts comfortably put away Xenophonophobia. And Premiership fancies the Danger Zone were put in that place early by Man Eat Barcelona. So yeah, very easy, round 1, done, covered.
Think your best one? Think you're trying to gloss over one there, Shane? Don't think you can gloss over our match, but look, I'm a professional.
Okay. Well,
and so I won't rub it in too much.
There we go.
Too delicious. Just look, we had a win fitting of a brilliantly drafted team with a 100-point margin against our great but ultimately weak rivals, the Cornflakes. Yeah.
Well, that wasn't actually that bad. Okay, good.
Cornflakes. Yeah.
Just look out for around 12 or something. Where we're fully into the season and the matches actually matter.
Yeah, fair enough. You're shit. Yeah.
Good waiver spot. That's alright.
Crowvan is what even is that?
Well, now we'll just cross to the newsroom for some professional news.
You suck!
Do you want another lawsuit? Come on!
I can't believe they can only give us 1 mug. What is this?
Thanks, guys. Shane and Bart in the draft hub.
Welcome to the newsroom. Kicking off round 2 results. The Danger Zone's Young Brigade from Melbourne of Christian Salem and Clayton Oliver fired off 262 points between them, but were ultimately no match for Xenophonophobia. They relished the opportunity to contribute to their rivals' poor season start with a 114-point victory, anchored by Rory Sloane's colossal 152. It's a tough pill to swallow for last year's finalists. Despite the 3rd highest score this round, they find themselves winless and 2nd from bottom.
It's not what you want?
No, not at all.
Well, DK Smash were lucky to come up against a weaker opponent in It's a Sure Thing, winning the match with the 5th lowest score of the week. Smash were led from the front with 246 points coming from controversial new recruits, KK and Robbie Gray, while nobody from the Sure Thing were able to hit the ton.
Well, controversial indeed. It was the Lynch Mob that welcomed in 2 new faces from the same controversial trade. However, they otherwise did not think it was necessary to change their losing side from last week. The 2 changes ultimately proved pivotal in handing their opponents the victory. It was a win in the dying seconds by Setting the Barlow, who have Jonathan Griffin to thank for his 1-goal contribution. Those 6 points, enough to tip the scales in their favour.
Jonathan Griffin? That's good. Well, sending fear through the rest of the league, I Shot the Sheridan carried on their strong start to the season, cracking the 1700 mark for a consecutive week. Their opponents, Dunkin' Donuts, on the other hand, put in a Fremantle-like performance, not putting up a fight and losing by 300 points.
Ouch. That is a shellacking.
Well, yes.
Well, elsewhere, Too Delicious took care of Party of Five without much trouble, even though Zach Jones came crashing back to earth. While the Fives had 500s to Delicious's 3, there were too many non-contributors, with their next best scoring only 84 and 6 players scoring under 60.
Oh, under 60?
It's a lot of numbers.
Yes. Well, in the final game of the match, Cornflakes didn't have much to worry about this weekend, with Manny Barcelona losing Kurt Tippett to injury early, and late withdrawals by Goldstein and Hamish Hartlett, leaving them eating donuts and without a hope in the world. Cornflakes lapped up the easy beat, and Zach Merritt helped himself to an easy 140 points and 3 votes as a cherry on top. Very good win. Very good player, Zach Merritt.
Lucky Shane that he has him.
I reckon, Shane. Lucky you. Thanks, guys, and throwing back to you now. Oh, thank you very much, Bert and Sean. Starting the year on a good note.
Yeah, I'm glad we're paying them 1 round.
Well, hopefully we can afford them again next week. But moving right along, we're coming into a new segment for us. Probably the last segment. We're trying to keep the show snappy. It's called Talking Points. So we'll come up with 3 or 4 things that have happened during the week that we want to mention. And the biggest point this week, which everybody's waiting for, the elephant in the room,
is Ian's frickin' trade.
Well, there we go.
And Shane suggested earlier that we have a segment called Bart's Rage
Trades.
Yeah, and well, like, this is pretty much the reason why. But I hope there's not many more of these to come. So, what is it? Ian traded Robbie Gray and Koladajnic for McGovern, and Ratkins, which, yeah, was a terrible trade on paper. He gave up basically Gray off of the back of a 20-odd score. 21.
Yeah.
A round 5 pick for Ratkins, who was round 20, and KK, who was round 12, for a worse defender from round 15. So he decreased his value
basically
for both players.
Basically, yeah. Gave up. He had the 2 better players in the deal.
Yeah. And I probably had a lot more to say, but I feel like there was a bit of heat thrown his way already.
In a conversation on the Facebook group.
Exactly, and he had a nice little reply, didn't he? He said, why did he have to learn to play once I traded him? Referring to Robbie Gray. Why do you have to learn? Yeah, I love that. Implying that Robbie Gray at some point forgotten how to play the game.
Didn't know how to play before.
Yeah. Don't remember him ever playing.
Just Ian, let it be a lesson. Just look at the... Oh, no, I don't even know. You just... What I really want to know...
I want to know why.
...is what
I want an explanation.
Ash said to Ian.
Yeah.
That's what I want to know.
Well, did he say anything? Or did Ian just see Ratkins racking it up in round 1 and get way too excited? Pretty much golden rule of fantasy football is don't
give up after one performance.
And I think you've angered most of the league. So after what we thought was actually not a bad drafted team, so I think my minute is up for talking about that point. But
you've done it very well. You've kept it down.
Thanks.
Good on you.
I'm issuing a please explain to Ian though. Really,
okay.
I really want something.
In video form, let us know. We can play it. We can play it to everybody, or just do like a Facebook Live to the group.
Yeah, don't make us bring you in for a Spotlight Inquisition. All right. Next talking point, man. What you got?
Well, I've got what I've called Ash's Waiver System. Something we haven't seen in the first 3 years or however long we've been doing the league. But just before
very innovative.
Yeah, just before the waivers came out, he just dropped like 4 or 5 players, which people were like, what the hell are you doing? But then thinking about it, it's like, it makes picking players up off the waiver really easy, because you can just be like, I want this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and not have to worry about dropping anybody.
Yeah, the system on Ultimate Footy is unfortunately a little bit dumb, and you do have to make a lot of waivers, especially if you want to reorder them, as we have found
I'm
before.
sure we've all done that. Put in 4 waivers and be like, actually, I want that guy first. Shit.
Delete, delete, delete.
And put them all in again.
Yeah.
And then especially when you find yourself in like the top of the ladder. Yeah, and then you have to put in like a whole bunch of guesses of who you might get. And then, yeah, I don't know. I like Ash's new revolutionary idea. I'm sure we'll see it a lot.
The only thing is you need, like, 5 droppable players on your team.
You need players that you want to drop.
Asher seems to have a lot. So my next talking point is to do with Max, and well, he pretty much brought it to attention for us himself, but
demanded an episode just for this reason.
Exactly, but it didn't go unnoticed. Obviously 2 1700s in a row, which are massive scores. Last year's best score was 1790, and
busted out 1710 straight off the bat.
Yeah, the very rare scores. So very impressive form from the.
That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Not only that,
it's backing up last season.
Not only that, but he's also got the least points against him.
Yeah, I know, right? I did notice that as well.
Against him,
so maybe it's a soft draw. Who knows? He's just not getting his run for his money. It's probably wasted, really.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, when he comes up against the tough opposition, he's going to be back down with the crowd getting 1500s.
Yeah, that's it. I did want to mention, though, that curiously I noticed that he hasn't actually used the loophole yet. And Max has previously been the loophole master.
Loophole king.
And he has, Collingwood has already played
both
2 games. Both loophole games. We're playing another one this weekend. Is he going to do it?
We'll have to wait and see.
Why hasn't he done it?
Who knows? I don't know, did he get burnt or something? Late last year?
I think he might have. I remember that Steve got mostly burnt.
That's right.
The Danger Zone constantly got burnt. But yeah, I'm very surprised, and we'll...
Wait and see. Wait with bated breath for the Collingwood game this Friday.
Yeah.
I guess the final talking point I have here is something that Max brought up, is Scratchy. Is he tanking to get waiver picks?
Yeah, it's an interesting question. I don't think he's necessarily throwing his games, but I think he
doesn't look like it from the teams that he's fielding. He doesn't seem to be tanking.
He's putting out the best team he can. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
It's just a shame that most of his team is injured.
Well, he's got 3 very good players sitting there on the bench with long-term injuries or not playing yet.
Yeah, which was a bit of a tactic, I think. Let's pick some injured players, maybe I'll lose a few games, but at least I'll get some waiver picks and then climb up.
And I mean, it's a good... I mean, it's not a bad tactic.
It's an interesting tactic. I'd rather get wins on the board than good waiver picks.
Yeah.
To be honest.
And also, I mean, if he was actually tanking, we'd then have to look at the rules and see. So, it's good to see that he's actually putting a team on the field.
Well, it's not... Yeah, I think it'd be pretty dumb to just tank straight up the first 2 games to get waiver picks. Like, who are you going to get? Who's the best that you're going to get? Who was the best pick this week, even?
Tom Campbell.
Yeah. It's going to make all your difference for a team that has Grundy. There you go. Get a better ruck. Alright, so that's it for the talking points. Thank you for those of you who threw out some talking points out there on Facebook.
Much appreciated.
Yeah, you're basically doing our job for us. So keep it up. Anything you guys post up there, we will consider and talk about.
Or consider, yeah, that's the main point.
Yeah. I'm not guaranteeing anything at all. Not even that this will be edited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Well, thank you for watching. It's been short, it's been snappy, maybe, hopefully, we'll see. But it's been good, that's the main thing.
I like it, positive attitude, man.
Yeah, good luck everyone for next week.
Yeah, except for my opponent, whoever that might be.
Well, we've cut out the look ahead, so we don't even know.
No. Don't know what the future holds. Don't know anything.
No crystal ball. Just smashed. It's gone. We couldn't afford it, but it doesn't matter.
But whoever you are, watch out.
And see you next week. Thank you for watching. It's been good. It's been fun. Goodbye.
Adios.
FMDT will be coming around for you.
Such a long end. It's like trying to say goodbye to someone on the phone. It's like you just want to hang up.
Should I hang up? Should you hang up?
Should I
hang up?
There's nothing you can do. FMDT's
Oh, we gotta work around.